This is Warhawk Beyond 2040, and welcome to another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And today, once again, I am going to be taking a look at another 2021 release, this time from one of the most respected musicians to come out of the Norwegian jazz scene. And he's primarily a trumpet player, but you could call him a multi instrumentalist because he can play several instruments from upright acoustic bass to vibraphone to piano to guitar to saxophone. He can play it all, but for me, he is at his very best when he is playing the trumpet because, in my opinion, he's an amazing trumpet player and he's collaborated with some of the most important musicians on the jazz scene, from Jacob Young to Jaga Jazzist to Jan Gunnar Hoff to Iro Hala to Manuel Cache, you name it, Lars Danielson, Ola Kavenberg. This gentleman has played with just about everyone, and this is his latest release for ECM Records, and this is When We Leave by Mathais Eick. And a lot of his albums always feature very unusual configurations in terms of the instruments that are used, and for his latest album, this is no exception. And a lot of the musicians that are featured on this album are pretty unknown, but at the same time, they're amazing players. So we got Mathais Eick on trumpet and keyboards, Hakon Esse on violin and percussion, Andreas Bjolver on piano, Orden Urielin on bass, Torstein Lofitis on drums, Heije Andreas Norbakken on drums and percussion, Sitian Kartisensen on pedal steel guitar. Now, when I first saw this cast of musicians, I thought, I hope they're not all playing together because, some of these instruments don't probably sound very good together, but I was pleasantly surprised at how well this really worked. So let's have a quick look. Sometimes you have to give things a chance before you can make an opinion, and I was very glad that I was proven wrong. So we're going to have a quick look here. Here's all the guys who play on it. One thing I love about ECM, they always do gorgeous landscapes like this. There's the man. There's all the tracks. All the compositions are written and composed by Mathais Eick. We got loving, caring, turning, flying, arvo, playing, and begging. So some beautiful tracks on here. So the standout tracks for me, I would say, are loving, turning, playing, and begging. But it's an enjoyable album. A little bit on the short side, but at the same time, some beautiful playing from everybody. And of course, as I said already, Mathais Eick is just at his absolute best on the trumpet, and I highly recommend you check out his other albums on ECM. They're just absolutely beautiful recordings. But this album could very well be one of his best yet. I mean, it's a really gorgeous album, and as you'd expect from ECM, nothing but the absolute best. Top-notch production, great sound quality, and of course, when you got Mathais Eick at the helm, you can't go wrong. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite tracks on When We Leave? Is it loving, caring, turning, flying, arvo, playing, or begging? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourite tracks. You know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe, and as always, thanks for listening.